Welcome back to the Crochet Cradle. So, my friends at Yarnspirations.com. If you have this yarn, Caron Layer Cupcakes, we're going to do the hat, the bucket hat, that is here on the label. So the instructions are here on the back of the label. I find that really hard to read. So what I do is I take my phone, I take a photograph of it, and then I toss it to my printer so I can see all the instructions if you want to see that here. Today's tutorial, I'm going to take you through all of the instructions step by step to be able to do this. There's also a crochet diagram available on that small little thing as well that you'll be able to see right up here. So we're going to get started. You'll use a 6mm size J crochet hook today. I'm going to deviate from the pattern just slightly just to make it a little bit easier for myself because the yarn is transitioning on colors on its own. I want the colors to be transitioning in a kind of a way that makes sense. So I'm going to be demonstrating that today as well. So without further ado, let's grab our hook and let's go. By the end of this video, you're going to have this, and this yarn here is 100% recycled cotton, and so you're going to notice that cotton is the best yarn for dealing with heat, especially if you're wearing this outside. You'll notice that the stitch work is a little bit open, which is going to let the heat from your head to be able to escape as well. So if you do these kind of hats with acrylic yarn, you tend to bake in those kind of hats, but because this is acrylic, and this is really looks like a thread. So when you really look at this yarn, it's actually just a loom knit kind of idea of thread, and because of that, it's not going to retain a lot of heat. As we get started today, you'll need a spare piece of yarn. We're going to do a continuous revolution that is not shared in the pattern so that we can get the colors to kind of circle around in a more even way instead of having a step up with doing slip stitch joining. We'll keep that aside and we will grab our yarn. This yarn looks like it's loom knit, okay, and we're going to create a little slip knot with that first. And now we're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3, and let's move on to round number 1. We're going to go third chain from the hook, which is the starting chain that you had, and you want to put in 10 half double crochets. So wrap the yarn first, going right into the beginning chain, yarning over, pulling it through, and then pull through all of it. Okay, and so you want to do this a total of 10 times all the way. So that was 1, and we'll keep on doing it into the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now I'm going to teach you the way I would do it if you weren't watching me on camera. So I'm going to pull up a loop, and instead of joining it like it's saying to do, I'm just going to go into the base of that stitch where it's coming out of and just put a stitch marker in there. Just pull the yarn through, and every time you're at the end of a round, pull that through so that you'll be able to see what is the last stitch of the round so that it'll be a lot easier for you to follow. And as we begin round number 2, what's going to happen is that we are going to start without doing any chains or anything. We start immediately in the first one, and we'll pick you up on round number 2 in a moment. So let's get our pattern established. We're going to go and do 2 half double crochets into the first stitch. Okay, so what we want to do is we have to find the 10th one back. So just find it back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Seems obvious, but I always check it even as an experienced crocheter. And right at the top of that, place in 2 half double crochets into that stitch. And what this is going to do is it's going to cause the whole hat to do a spiral effect, which then we don't need any slip stitching to finish off any of the rounds. So you're going to go and put 2 double crochet in, or 2 half double crochet in each of the stitches all the way around until you get to that stitch marker. And the stitch marker tells you that that's the last stitch. And I need you to do this all the way around for round number 2. And I'll be right back in a moment. I'm coming all the way around, and that stitch marker one is considered the last stitch. I'm still putting in 2 double crochets in that, but the second double crochet, or half double crochet, I apologize, and the second one I am going to move the stitch marker up. So just pull that stitch marker up into it, Do not release anything from the previous one. Let that line follow so that if you ever have to frog it, which means to rip it, take it out, you'll know where the stop and starts of every one of the round circles were. Let's begin round number 3. So moving forward, I'm going to give you what the stitch combination is to do all the way to the stitch marker at the end of each round. So the first one that is empty is going to be 1 half double crochet, and the next one has 2 half double crochets in it. Okay, so the repeat to do that all the way around. The next one has 1 into it only, and the next one has 2 half double crochets in it. And I need you to do that sequence all the way around, and if your stitch counting is right, the very last one should have the 2 half double crochets in it. And I'll be right back in a moment. At the very end of number 3, just going in, I'm putting 2 half double crochets into the last one. That's only because I'm keeping the sequence and make sure I move up the stitch marker. So going forward, I'm going to give you what the sequence is. I'm going to tell you what it is. You're going to go all the way to the end of the round, and then the next clip then starts at the beginning of the next. Let's begin number 4. Round number 4. The first 2 will be a half double crochet by itself. So 1 by itself, and the second one is by itself. And then the next one has 2 half double crochets in it. Okay, so the repeat of that sequence is the next 2 are by themselves, and the next one has 2 half double crochets in it. So you're going to do this around. The very last stitch will be 2 half double crochets. Move that stitch marker, and I'll see you on round number 5 in a second. Round number 5. The first 3 in a row will each be 1 half double crochet. So 1, 2, and 3, and the next one has 2 half double crochets in it. So to recap the sequence, the first 3 are 1 half double crochet by itself. So we have 1, 2, and 3, and 2 half double crochets into the next. Please do the sequence all the way around. Move up your stitch marker. I'll see you on round number 6. Moving on to round number 6. The first 4 in a row will each be a half double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then 2 into the next. 1 and 2. So the sequence going around, the colors are about to change for me here. So we have 4 in a row. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 2 into the next. And you're going to do that all the way around for round number 6. So by doing a spiral like this, it just picked it up here, but it keeps on spiraling instead of having steps going up. So if it turns this color and then goes to blue to the next, it doesn't look as good. That's my thought, and you can let me know how you feel about stuff like that in the comments. Let's see you at the end of round number 6, moving on to round number 7. Okay, rounds number 7 through 14 are all the same, and it's just a half double crochet in each. And so you're going to do this, it's a total of 8 rounds. So just click this off on your list, so just check it off as you go and complete rounds number 7 through to 14, and I'll pick you up on number 15 in a moment. I'll be right back. I'm now at the end of number 14. Number 15, we are going to do a slight expansion, but we're also only going to use the front loop. So if you're new to crochet, there's always 2 loops that make up a stitch. The loop that is closest to you is called the front loop, and the one away from you, the furthest one, is a back loop. We only want to use the front loops in this whole round. So what we need to do is create this so that we're going to start opening it up like the bucket hat traditional look. So to do this, you're going to half double crochet the next 5 in the front loop only. This creates a natural bend in the material. So this is 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now you're going to put 2 half double crochets into the next to create an expansion. So 1 and 2 share the same front loop. So to recap all the way around, what you're going to do is that you are going to put in a half double crochet in the next 5 front loops only. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then 2 into the next one. And I need you to repeat that sequence all the way around for round number 15, and I'll be right back. Coming all the way around, the last one has 2 into it. That's just a matter of keeping sequence. And we're going to continue then to start for the next round, number 16. We're going to continue to build and make this bigger until we're at the very end. Let's begin number 16. Going back to using the tops of the regular stitches now, we are just going to start a sequence and continue it around. So the next 6 in a row will be half double crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then the next one has 2 into the same one. Okay, so your sequence around for number 16 is a total of 6 by itself, and then 2 into the next, and you'll do that all the way around. Move up your stitch marker. I'll see you in the beginning of round number 17 in a moment. Round number 17, you're going to start off, and the first 7 in a row will be a half double crochet. So that was number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then 2 into the next. So your sequence is 7 by itself and 2 into the next, and I'll see you at the beginning of round number 18. Number 18, let's begin, and we're going to do the first 8 by itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then 2 into the next. And that's your sequence all the way around. So 8 by itself, 2 into the next. Please do that all the way around for round number 18. Round number 19. The first 9 are by itself. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and then 2 into the next. Okay, so that's your sequence. So 9 by itself and 2 into the next one. That'll take you around for round number 19. Round number 20. The first 10 will be by itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then 2 into the next. So that's your sequence around, so 10 by itself, 2 into the next. Please complete this all the way around. And I just want to highlight, see, you don't have the step up when you're doing the slip stitching, so the colors just changed where it felt like it, and therefore it looks actually pretty decent no matter where you're looking in the hat. So see, it's not so bad as long as it's not all in the same spot, it works out. I'll be back at the end of the round, number 20. Let's begin our 21st and final round. We are just going to slip stitch all the way around. Make sure that when you slip stitch, you're giving it a bit of slack. We tend to slip stitch a little too tight, and that will change the shape. So you're going to slip stitch your stuff all the way around, and I'll see you at the end of the round in number 21 in a moment. So I'm coming back around, and I want to show you a way to finish this thing that will make it look consistent. So I'm on my very last one right here. I don't want to slip stitch it to the beginning one, because then you're going to see a definite line. But what I am going to do is that I'm going to cut this yarn a little short so that I can put this through a tapestry needle. So just pull this out. You can remove your stitch marker out later. And you're going to put that through a tapestry needle. Now, it's coming out of the last stitch right in the center. Do you see that? So you want to go into the next one as if it's a regular stitch from the back to the front. And you're going to pull that through. And when you pull this through, you want it to make it look like the same distance of an existing stitch you already had. And when you come back in, you want to go into the middle of where this one is coming out of. And I'm going to remove that stitch marker before I trap it into position. Okay. And so you make it look the same distance. and you're going to turn it around to the back of the hat, and you are going to cause this to tie itself into a knot. Okay. And then you're going to just drag this through the brim area on the underside of the hat. If your needle is coming out of the front, you've gone too deep. So just coming across, so back, slightly different path, back in the same direction that you just came from. You're better off to split plies, so see how I came between plies? That's the best way to trap this stuff from falling out. Any loose ends that you'll have, you want to take care of those as you go. And therefore this will be the end of your hat, just like that. So you can see this is probably the only part where you'll see where there's a definite stop of the coloring. But when you look at the hat as a whole, you can see that the colors just kind of went all the way around. So no matter how you turn it, you don't have a definite step up or down of where the colors stopped and started. And this is it for today. The Happy Days bucket hat with crochet. By the end of this video, you're going to have this, and this yarn here is 100% recycled cotton, and so you're going to notice that cotton is the best yarn for dealing with heat, especially if you're wearing this outside. You notice that the stitch work is a little bit open, which is going to let the heat from your head to be able to escape as well. So if you do these kind of hats with acrylic yarn, you tend to bake in those kind of hats, but because this is acrylic, and this is really looks like a thread. So when you really look at this yarn, it's actually just a loom knit kind of idea of thread, and because of that, it's not going to retain a lot of heat. And that's it for today. So we're going to get started right now, right here.